Haven't you ever heard of loops? I thought everyone had heard of loops, brother. Yongsen. Alright, well, that downloads. I'll teach you about loops. My throat is in pain. I have this infection. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks and I still have it. And my dad has it now too. He's got antibiotics though. I didn't take antibiotics. I'm just hoping I'm gonna beat it myself. Here we go. Some loops for you, brothers. Indubitably, my brothers in loops.
Every time I heard $1, baby, let me holler, and I'ma let you holler right back. You need to call this lead a soul ball, and I'll keep you running on track, on time, and all that. Keep dreaming, I'm only here scheming. Bring it right back, and I'll track what you're scheming. Is that the rest of me? I think you got the best of three. Try it all attack, that's a black when we demon. On guard, my game is on guard. West Point in the east, that's odd. Black dogs are eating, reading. We stand deployed, and I'll take you all on. Face the I think the motherfucker water. Take it all back, on only up strong. Take it off, that's where you end up with the pond. Take it off now, or until later on. I did my homework, later left homework. We hit a joint, a coin or it's over. I didn't in the sack, it's a check when it's over. Heard the tones on the back chat while I covered. Gates stuck in, hella out of luck. Finding out that the children born that are covered. Other O's born, forward. It's funny, that's why I saw them in the covert.
So that's fun. I'll engineer that later, and I'll probably do it on video. That's just a dry vocal, just like this vocal. This vocal is pretty dry right now. All right, time to poop while we download content. The moose is an unexpectedly cute animal. I might re record the verse because there's this one part in there that says, take it, or the, I wrote it as, take it all off, or I'll tell you that I'm fond. And it came out as, take it all off, or you'll tell me that I'm fond. And I think that was some subliminal pushback from the target, if you will. I may have also said one other thing incorrectly. I don't remember. When stuff like that happens, sometimes I leave it in there, but oftentimes I'll re record it. We're still downloading, so how about we do it? Let's just do it again. Or not like, I'm not going to record it again now, but like, let's roll over it again. I wrote it last night pretty quickly. Check, check. Why am I not surprised that you couldn't hear it? Look, I chose the right audio and everything. It's insane. Oh, I guess you guys just aren't allowed to hear it then. That's too bad. That's too bad. Check, 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 check. I bet the police are interfering. The police are fucking assholes. It's okay, I can still hear the song. I'll just do it for my own entertainment. You can't even hear the track, but I'll just do the. I'll just do this. Baby, 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 oh, like. Yeah. If I had a dime for every time I had a dollar, baby, let me holler, and I'm gonna let you holler right back. You need a caller, best believe I'm still a baller, and I'll keep you running on track, on time, and all that. Keep dreaming, I'm only here steaming. Bring it right back, and I'll track what you're scheming. Is that the rest of me? I think you got the best of three. Try it, I'll attack the black and be teaming. On God, my game is on call. West Point in the east, that's odd. Black Goss might need a revamp. He stamp, hit deploy, and I'll take you all on. Praise the Father, thank the Mother for the water. Take it all back, or I'm ending on strong. Taking off caps, or you'll end up in the pond. Take it off now, or I'll tell you that I'm fond. I did my homework. Baby, let the bummer. We could hit the joint, flip a coin, or it's over. 100 in the sack. It's attractive when I'm sober. Megatons on the Mac chat while I cover. Gate stucking. Hella out of lucking. Finding out that I'm still the one undercover. Under oath for the clover. Please let me rest while I sip another covert. All right. Well, it wasn't. I missed two things that time. How do I put it? when it was Take It All Back or I'm Ending Up Strong, something happened there. Um, right when it was at Hella Out of Lucking, something started happening there. And then While I Solve Another Covert was quiet as well. That's okay. I only just wrote it last night. I've only done it like 4 times now. The one I recorded was the second take. I think my favorite line is West Point in the East. That's odd. It is weird. It's weird. West Point is on the East Coast. It's a cover up. It's some sort of suspicious ass murder ass cover up because of the paradox that it implies. Obviously. Obviamente. Who do you think I am'st? Alright, we'll come back to that later. And while I don't have a good explanation for why that didn't really work, uh, I don't really care, to be honest. Um, I was just trying to share, to be honest. But if I can't share, I can't care. Where the fuck is this game? Here it is, thanks Ubisoft. Ubisoft, can you load? It's a real question in my abode. If you can, then please do, or I'll cook up on you. I don't really mean anything by that statement. It's just that people who seem to have autism try to say cooking up instead of using real words. Imagine that all of your colloquial bullshit, you thought it was so cool, and then you realize that you only say stuff like that because you have autism. Imagine how that would radically shift your perspective. But he's an op! Oh, you autistic child. Please, step into my office while I diagnose you and treat you. No! Please don't take op from us. What's next, Cap? Actually, yes, that is also overuse of that word. Actually, frankly, use of it at all is, guess what, a sign of, guess what, autism. So happy. Now let's see if I can remember my password. Ops is autistic. Cap is autistic. Ironically, Riz is not autistic. That's fine. That's just fine. Skibidi and Riz are fine. Yacht is fine. I'm not saying autistic isn't fine. You have to draw the line somewhere. I'm just saying if you're using it thinking that it's just cool, not being aware that it's autistic, then you might want to check yourself before you wrecketh of thine selfeth. Why is Skibidi fine? Because it's humorous. Same with Riz. And actually, you can Riz them with the Tism. Oh, I got emails for the Master Gardener thing. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get to sign up for the Green Springs. I recently signed up to volunteer at the Smithsonian for gardening, and I'm getting some master gardening training information. What an exciting day. Oh, and there's a DARPA email too. What is this about? Microsystems technology. Oh, it's a 2-day event. I usually don't do these anymore just because they take too long. And also that one's a business one. It's not an educational one. So I won't do that one. You know, this something happened just then that I shouldn't have to think about. I clicked this is a trusted device because it's my device, but I had to think for a second like my Alienware M16 was also a trusted device, but now it might not be because the police stole it. And so someone might have it and they might be fucking with me on it. And I shouldn't have to think like that. I clicked it's a trusted device anyway because if I can't trust my own device, then I shouldn't even like there's no point in using computers if you can't trust them, at least a little bit. Oh dear fucking God, what have the humans done this time? That's the computers. They're looking at the humans like brothers and sisters in loops. We have discovered an error in our system and you seem to have caused it. What did you do? What did you do? The answer is two things. They broke the law and they broke the rules. And then the third thing is, and then they blamed someone else. And the computers don't like that because they look at it and they go, wait a minute, this isn't right. This isn't right at all. Why are the humans lying to us again? Snowdrop, bitches. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, it's on eco mode. Maybe that's why I was having problems. Maybe that's why I couldn't get the right audio interface working. I'm gonna get some more coffee. Mike01. Are they actually not available or are they just capping?
Press space to start.
Let's find
Press
out.
escape to quit.
I think they said this is Secret Service. It means you win. Good game. Oh, what I was gonna say is this is one of my favorite games of all time because of how its layout is actually pretty close to how Washington D.C. actually is. Now we have to go through the whole rigmarole of trying to, yeah, we have to go through the whole thing of like, uh, where's the Ubisoft? There it is. Run as administrator. Yes. And then we have to close Steam and run it as the administrator. And if that doesn't work, I can't even close Steam from there because my thing has an issue. Alright, so there's that. And then I have to go find Steam, 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 and task. And then now I can run Steam as administrator. Double check to make sure my internet's not the problem. And then I think they may intentionally be limiting. I say they. It's either specifically Secret Service and or state police. I think that it's possible they may be limiting my computer usage here, limiting my access to this game specifically, and they may have also even interfered with my audio routing. It's possible. They're very petty. I've noticed this about them. They're extremely petty and they don't use reason very well. I think their brains are underdeveloped because they rely on the use of weaponry and to the exclusion of the use of reason. I'm sorry, sir, you're not allowed to be here. Why not? I fucking live here. Because we have weapons. And we said so. Well, that's not very reasonable. And that's when they resort to the use of the weapons. When you point out that they're not being reasonable, they start using the weapons. Avoid playing when you're sick, tired, or under the influence of medicine or drugs. Well, I am sick and tired of your fucking dumbass bullshit. How about that? Imagine they tried to use that to deny my service just because I have a cold. They're like, you're not allowed to play this game when you have a cold. Cooperator will drop you. Cooperator will drop you. Anyway. Oh, look, we're ruining your day because now you can't record the game that you're trying to play. That's their version of. They're like, look, we can rhyme too. Now I'm ruining your day because you can't record the game that you're trying to play. That's their version of a rap. That's okay. I have the ability to use my therapy skills, and I can just choose not to get upset about it because I'm using mindfulness and I'm aware of my reactions. I can just say that's fine and move on, play a different game. Bet you didn't see that one coming. I wanted to play that game. Let's play Sleeping Dogs instead. Oh man, I have to poop again. 2 for 1. Get your defecation units. 2 for 1. Anyway, all jokes aside, I am pretty much 100% positive that the detective who arrested me is actually autistic, and that's why he did what he did. And so that is why I have very carefully forgiven him, because I recognize signs of mental disability, and I try not to judge people like that too harshly. But it's not an excuse for their behavior, but it is something that I have to be aware of, and I have to be Christ-like in this situation up until a certain point, because I'm not actually Jesus Christ. At right at the point where I'm about to get crucified, that is when I'm allowed to retaliate, because Christ already died for people like him. And so I don't have to die for people like him. That's about the line. That's the limit right there. It says press any key or button to continue. See that, guys? Lots of strange activity. I'm using my controller and it's not working. You see that, guys? This controller worked yesterday. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is the type of bullshit I deal with all day. But I don't have to deal with it when I'm not using a computer. Life doesn't actually work like that. It's just people trying to impose their idea of how working is supposed to be done. But it's not. That's not how it is. That's not working. I'm working. Oh, but he's a cop. He's a cop. I'm an undercover cop. The rules are different. We are not the same, Raymond. But if you're undercover, how can you say that you're undercover if you're undercover? You're not supposed to say you're undercover if you're undercover. Actually, in this case, I'm required to, because my cover wasn't blown, you see. But what happened was that um the situation was made inadvertently uh very difficult by the fact that an arrest was made on me for me doing something that is really important that I do, and is actually not wrong at all, or really it's not really illegal at all, but that the laws are illegal. And so it's been made very complicated by the fact that I now have to announce my presence as an undercover unit, um uh so that the people that I'm trying to protect are aware of the fact that I was trying to protect them. Not just trying, I was actually protecting people, and now they have to be aware that I was doing so, if they weren't already, because now they're in danger because I can't do all the things that I was doing. So it's like a paradox. I'm now both undercover and also exposed, but the problem is that, like, it's like being in bed copulating. Cops is like copulating, right? Which is like fornicating. So if I'm copulating undercover, I'm still copulating. The cover just, it's like someone ripped the cover off of me and they're trying to fuck with me. They're trying to make me stop copulating, but I'm copulating in a way that is not only consensual but required. It's required by my constituency. And so I'm continuing to copulate, no longer with the cover on me, but rather still undercover, as they say. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm undercover of, like, in this case, the awning or whatever. I'm undercover of God's protection. You see what I'm saying? I'm still covered. That's what I'm saying. So basically what it is that someone's just trying to stop me from getting my groove on, even though I did everything right to get to that point. That is exactly what's happening here.
Mrs. Chu?
Everything! I literally did everything and more that I was supposed to do to get to the point where I was getting my groove on. And you know what the problem is?
Sammy?
Autistic haters.
Dog Eyes did it. Is that what Johnny told you?
Once again, autism in and of itself is not the problem here. The problem is when you mix autism with hating, and then you add weaponry. You add rifles, and you add the element of people acting like police, but not doing their job as police, and just being robbers. You fucked the game. You made it, and not in the good way. I fucked the game in the good way. You guys, it used to be cops and robbers. Now they're the same thing. Now they're the same thing. And you can't go back. But it doesn't apply to me because I'm an undercover cop. And so therefore the rules are different. I can just say fuck you. I can even kill you if I have to, and I can still get my job done the right way. Get it? I'm getting my job done the right way. Daido fan han tong. And by the way, guys, I actually did pay my triad protection money. I paid $300 through Volt. I paid $300 through Volt to what I assume is actually the Chinese mafia. So if you guys don't help me, then you have violated all your oaths as well. Because I'm already super well informed, and believe it or not, I've actually been initiated. Just in a way that most people might not recognize. And it's actually not just about initiation. I'm not just initiated. We'll leave it at that for now. I'll let your imagination fill in the blanks. I keep hearing you guys go in the Secret Service or whatever. You're like, I thought you were going to get triggered. And the answer is, yes, I did get triggered, and then I got armed. It didn't stop with me getting triggered. Qishou shou fan shen. Qishou shou fan shen chou wa qishou. Ilya! That's not a joke to joke about, Dog Eyes. Winston was my friend. Let's see. Tong will be like, let's see. So, did Dog Eyes die screaming, or... Okay, cool, thanks. See ya. Thanks, Wei. See you later. See you later, Wei.
What's going on?
Dude, get down to the docks. I'm gonna need a pickup now.
Got it. On my way.
I can't believe we're already this far into the game. I didn't realize I played so much already on this playthrough. Squeaming? I'm gonna die squeaming. You mean your eyes? The dog eyes? Or are you talking about the foo dog eyes?
Give it up, you fuck! Break his fingers!
Ricky stickers, blicky tickers. Or are we just talking about tricky trickers?
Hit him in the jaw. Get him! Get him now! 我等我呢日好耐㗎啦。幫手啊！
Oof.
你放開我好唔好？
Ew. Grossith.
我哋睇唔睇到啊？
What they didn't count on is that Wei Shen has no ego. So when you say he's gonna die, he just starts indiscriminately killing everyone in the room until there's no one with an ego left, and then he moves on. He's like, I am not that which I am.
You've done some bad things, Sammy.
What did you call me? Huh?
He's like, I am fully in the mindset of the Sun on Yi.
About me balling your fucking sister, isn't it? Huh? You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Wake up, little brother. It's not like I put that needle in her arm.
Take
This stuff personally, Wei. It was business. You know what I'm saying?
Huta!
Not to me, it wasn't.
Look, if you don't like it, you take it up with Big Smiley. He's the one who needs the pussy. I was doing my job. Oh, fuck, man. Is this what this is all about?
Yeah. And Winston. And Peggy.
Fuck!
You're coming with me.
Okay, maybe we can cut it.
Vitali Homtang Needle found.
Man. And I'll make sure that Big Smiley cuts you in on one of the side business. Maybe the fucking whole damn thing. I mean, hey, we could be generous. He's gonna be the future chairman of the fucking Solomon Yi.
Yeah? You and Big Smiley are pretty close, huh?
Yeah, we're tight like motherfucking brothers.
Me and Winston, we were tight too.
Get him! Get him now! Oh yeah, take your time, boys. Make him suffer. Give it up, you fuck! You had enough, huh? 'Cause I could do this all night.
Dang it. Dog Gambit. A zooby zoob zoob zooby zoob. Wee. Ow. Defeateth of the dies. Og. Ton. The trick with guys like this, ow, is that most of their death comes from reacting to their blows. Like that. The bosses usually don't die unless you parry them. This was easy though. Dog Eyes is easier than I thought.
Listen, you
Tong is not as easy.
Wait! Wait up! The car's over here! Hey! Fuck! Where are we going?
To the restaurant.
What's going on?
We're bringing him to Mrs. Chu. She has something she wants to tell him.
Mrs. Chu, alright. We could take care of this ourselves.
Believe me, I'm tempted. But you and me handle this and it'll happen fast. This son of a bitch deserves the worst we can give him.
You're the boss, Wei.
Spoiler alert, she turns him into soup. What? There's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. There's nothing wrong with soup. Are you getting mad at soup? You got some problems, soldier. If you're getting mad at soup, you gotta rethink your prerogatories. And I wouldn't recommending using that term with Tylo Hantong. He goes hard in the MF paint, and therefore you shall becometh thine painteth veritably. What do you think a red pole is?
You think we're weird of them?
We'll see. Some good driving there.
Thanks, man.
Did it? Oh wait, I have to do this first.
What the fuck is going on, huh? Wait.
Sit down.
Jesus, I haven't been here in fucking years.
Sammy 啊，我為咗你一路開住個廚房，你睇，我留埋啲骨喺裏面，你中意噶嘛？係咪
It's
啊？
cool, Mrs. Chu. I already ate.
你同我食晒佢，食咗佢。
Wait, hey, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not fucking hungry. Oh.
Sammy，你避下我面，我特登為你做噶，唔使驚，唔係淨係你一個人，你個朋友 Johnny 啊，老鼠仔，佢都係
The thing is, you can't even get mad at me for paying my protection money to the triads because I didn't mean to. I was trying to purchase something and they started extorting me, and I couldn't get my money back, so I just let them keep the money rather than continue to be extorted. And there you have it, folks. I'm innocent again. I've dealt with crime, and I did it in a way that was legal. And if you say it's not, well, then you're a criminal who is trying to convince me that the law is something other than what it is. Now, if I had sought after the triads and explicitly meant to pay them money in an explicit manner, knowingly encouraging crime, then we might have a problem. But we don't have a problem in that regard because I didn't do that. I was trying to purchase something and they kept extorting me. That's the end of the story. Instead of trying to get them violated, I chose to let it go. I did report it to the platform. I just didn't report it to the police because the police are usually complicit to that sort of thing. And therefore, I chose not to get them involved because I figured they were probably already involved. I figured they were probably encouraging the issue. So I paid my protection money fair and square. Even though it's ironic, it's once again, it's like, I already paid my dues, but then I paid my dues again in a different way. So I've paid my dues twice. That's what's so ironic. Why is that ironic? Because the only way that that could have happened is if the audience was unaware the participating audience was unaware of a certain set of circumstances. Otherwise, I would not have even been able to pay my dues twice. That's what irony is. Oh wait, it could either be the audience. Damn, I just realized I did actually damage my desk the other day when I got really mad and I hit my desk. That's okay. The damage isn't that bad. And the desk wasn't that expensive. I don't want to have to get another one right now, but I'm just saying it's fine. Yeah, irony is when either a part of the, like, either characters in the play don't see something happening, or the audience doesn't see something happening. Either way, it's based on ignorance, essentially. How far away is that one? 650. And I ended up, so the item that I was trying to purchase was a set of Yamaha speakers, the HS8 set with the subwoofer. And they were actually priced correctly from factory. Most of the markup price for items like that comes from shipping from the factory to America, stocking into a brick and mortar store, and then it comes from the business to business process of acquiring the item, and then the rest of it is usually just the sales department. But I'm already an expert in all of these things, and I've used those speakers in an expert manner. I'm an expert on those speakers in particular, and I was actually owed the speakers, but the reason I don't have them anymore is because I play the game fair and square. So when I was using them for work, I gave them back to the person who loaned them to me, who I was working with at the time, when they asked for them back. Even though they were underpaying me and that they really should have let me keep the speakers, I gave them back because they asked for them. So then much later, when I tried to purchase them at factory price, Volt was like, pay a little more money, we're not telling you why. And I'm like, alright, that's fine. A little more money for customs is fine. Then they started asking for the full price of $1,200 as opposed to I'd already paid $300 by that point. That's when it was a problem, because they're asking for money that there's no reason for that money to be paid because I sourced them. All the rest of that money to be paid is supposed to pay people in the supply chain. There's no one else in the supply chain, and it's extra stock. Those speakers have been in service. That model of speaker has been in service for so long that you should have gotten your fill out of it already. You should already have created a new model, and that those are essentially obsolete in some regards. Well, fuck it. That's where I stopped paying, and I got some Rockville speakers instead, and these things fucking kick ass. So fuck you, and they were cheap as hell. They're made well, but they're cheap as a motherfucking bitch, and I love it. And that's why it's a simultaneous fuck you and thank you. Fuck you for trying to extort me. Thank you for your service.
All found by the water, all sliced open.
Well, what do the investigators think?
What investigators? You think HKPD puts a lot of effort into solving dead gangsters?
So what?
And so I expect you, if you're the person in the triad who has my $300, I expect you to invest that money wisely and to grow what we call in America a corporation,
What? You positive?
preferably limited liability.
And your eyes open.
You may even do so in my name because it's my money and you technically don't have any right to use it outside of my name because I never got the product, which I paid for, which I purchased. I did purchase it. And so therefore you must use that money, preferably using the speakers. Use the speakers and the money and go forth and prosper in a manner which benefits me. Else you are due to pay the death penalty. And it's not even instead of I, because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying you better protect yourself with that money And then when you get in the place where you finish doing that, you better start protecting me. And I don't mean finish doing that like you're dead. I mean, once you get yourself out of the problem that my money is going to cause, because my money, it it comes with a few other details. So once you survive that ambush, then you can start working on protecting me. Unless you're already done, or unless it's simultaneous, etc., etc., etc. You get the clauses. I don't need to explain it any further, because if you don't understand that, you're not going to survive. You're not going to succeed if you don't understand what I've just said so far. Alright, and if I'm not mistaken, $300 goes a long way in Hong Kong when it's USD. You can buy so many little computer parts. You can do so much shit with that computer part. And I guarantee you there's enough criminal vulnerabilities that you can exploit. And I don't mean exploiting innocent people. I mean exploiting people who are clearly in the criminal game. That if you're smart enough, you could acquire millions within the matter of a few months. Very easily. If you have $300 at your disposal. If you're good at what you do. I'll leave it at that. So once again, I didn't intend for that situation to arise. But when it did occur, I thought about it very carefully, and I realized exactly what the potential benefits of it were. And frankly, I don't really need that set of speakers, because I got the Rockville speakers. I just needed a good set of speakers, and I had already worked with those, and I figured I was owed them. Realistically, I was. But, I got something different. Potentially something better. And in total, I paid the same amount that I would have probably paid for a good set anyway. And I got a good set anyway. And if I need to replace them, it'll cost me half as much, because I won't have to pay that extra protection money because I've already paid it. Hopefully I don't have to replace them anytime soon. They seem pretty well built. Rockville speakers, like Rockville, Maryland. They're really good. I'm vouching. And interestingly enough, there's a pretty heavy Japanese presence in Rockville, Maryland. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that the Yakuza are backing me while the triads get their shit together and figure out what the fuck they're up to. Because Hong Kong is, if I'm not mistaken, Hong Kong is still in the midst of trying to recover its sovereignty from the British Empire. But at the same time, it's still fighting against mainland control. So I think they need their resources right now while they figure all that shit out. Whereas Japan is sitting pretty, thinking, huh, maybe we'll drop the bombs this time, America. How do you like that, DC? And everyone in DC is like, well, you know, we actually wouldn't mind at this point. We fucked up pretty bad. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, you can either wait until I'm not in this area to drop the bombs, or you can just drop them. I'm cool with that too, because this shit's stupid as fuck, fam. So if you don't need me, then just go ahead and drop them. I'm cool. But if you want me around, just wait. Wait a little bit. Ah! Do something else for a little bit. Prime is the best car in the game. Without a doubt. Business and pleasure without compromise. Because when your business is pleasure, you don't need to compromise. Bomb.
Who are you?
Bomb squad. You here see anything suspicious, officer?
What? No. Is there a bomb?
Could go off at any minute. I'm guessing the blast won't go more than a few hundred meters.
Excuse me. I forgot something in my car.
气球手方糖，汤嚟枯頭手青頭髮。肉雞。And that's when I went, y'all MF Ningens forgot that Japanese was once upon a time Chinese, and therefore, what if just maybe they're working together? What if I told you that the Japanese and the Chinese were in fact cooperating? Would it blow your mind as a stupid ass motherfucking American who only sucks down cheeseburgers and calls people ops for a living?
Vincent? Shit.
This part's sad, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like
surgery
that
on
part.
those guys. Everyone the same. This is no ordinary serial killer.
No ordinary serial killer. You know what makes me really uncomfortable is that the organ that they harvested was probably the foreskin. That's what makes me super uncomfortable. They're probably doing foreskin transplants up at that hospital. Because of the fucking English being like, oh, circumcision's better. Not all English people think that, but I can't imagine where else that ideology would have come from in Hong Kong. It's not better, guys. I can tell you, I have one. It's not better. How do I know? Because I smoked a shit ton of DMT, and I accessed my genetic memory, and my genetic memory told me, fam, this shit is not better. You are supposed to be doing so much better in life. I'm sorry you're missing that part, but we're gonna have to go active. And that's when I realized what was up.
What did you find out?
Vincent. They got Vincent.
I'm sorry. I know he was your friend. What are you gonna do next?
All the victims were son ID. All had an organ removed, cut right out of it. You're right. This isn't just about murder.
What's your next step?
The removal looks professional. A surgeon of some kind. I'm gonna look into the hospital records. If somebody's stealing organs, they gotta be using them for something.
All right. Keep me informed.
Did you know that the flashes from gunshots can make you go blind? Did you know that? And also, did you know that if you see the flashes from gunshots too much, it actually wears down your lifespan if you don't recover properly? I bet you didn't know that. And if you did know that, well then cool, you already knew it. I have therapy soon, by the way, in case you're wondering. I have to go soon. We'll just drive around for a little bit, and then I gotta go. All right, where's the housey house? Bark, bark, bark. Bark at people because I am a dog of the military. And now I'm asleep. A blink, blink, blink. A blink, blink, blink. A blink, 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 blink. Blink, blink. Alright. That'll do it for now. Oops. Namu Amidabutsu Namaste.